Hope all you swabbies are still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we're back with 57th place. It has an enemy I don't like. And some play. Let's talk to this bell first. Step 2, anger. If you anger someone by bumping into them, issue them an apology pre-written into... Pre-written? Into... I'm not going to talk to them. Let's get on with the stage. It's 57th place by Cheese. Curious Sky Machine. Oh, this is one of the stages that was mentioned in that that radio music contest thingy. Average score of 56.75. Speaking of... Yeah, there's a level map. I keep forgetting to use that. Yeah, the salmon shield. Saves you from a fatal blow. I don't like that sort of ability, but I can do this and... Okay. Oh, yes. Well, this is convenient. Does it? Doesn't say where I am, does it? Okay, I am flashing down over there. Why are these going downward? Okay. We've got some Sonic... This is Sonic 2 music. Yes, this is like one of the... Like, almost the final stage. I love this music. Hate that stage. This is going to be fun. I need to, like, stop pressing this and just... Okay, that was neat. Well, there's something to the left, so... Let's get it, shall we? Okay, we're not gonna get it that way. Apparently. I don't like those enemies. There's a W tank. Let's try and do this legit. Not bad. Okay, well, we got it. I think that spot down there is just for his bouncy ball to go into. I mean, we've seen the map. I keep using the map thing, because I just haven't used it that much. I do enjoy this music. I don't like this particular seal. Where was that? It was from somewhere in the Game Boy games, wasn't it? What is that? Oh, I thought that was a big fuse. I don't like that enemy. I don't like what's about to happen to me here. Interesting having the clouds going up and down. Can we not... Ooh. Well, that's cool. Hey, you can't dodge that. There we go. Oh. Darn, I thought I was going to catch that. But alas, I did not. What do you want to be weak to? I don't like that enemy. First of all, he's got way too much health. Oh, that doesn't crush you? I wanted that to crush you. Oh! Those can carry away my E-Tank. Tricky, tricky. The platform didn't, appear in time. I don't like those enemies. I don't like the... this is not entirely the stage designer's fault, because these are just awful enemies to have together. Two enemies that can become invincible. Yeah, it's not a good time. That pool there just makes me wonder if that's, like, meant for something. Dealing with those guys has been fine. I need a piercing weapon. Thank you. Keep saying I need to use Tengu Blade more. So don't step on. That is clever. Just because this jump killed me last time and I don't want to have to repeat it. Okay, so you go... Ooh, I almost had to repeat it. Alright, we're being introduced to the key gimmick. Oh, how did... That is not how I envisioned things. I am getting... Did I check? I checkpointed, right? Okay, good. Alright, let's try this again with slightly less failure. Oh my goodness. That is something. I like how it's, like, just covering those spikes, but you got to see where they were. Oh, this is what we're doing. You have to find the safe spot. That feels intentional. Oh, they're damage spikes. Okay. Well, I guess the damage spikes make it a little bit more bearable. Those are not damage pitfalls, though. I handled that very poorly. Well, the challenge in this level has certainly ramped up in this section. Oh, that is so close. On this screen, I kind of wish these were... Now, the other ones aren't rocking back and forth. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It just seems odd that the first ones do, and then they don't. Oh, I can actually just go up as far as I need to here. I was wondering why I wasn't getting hit. I hate this enemy! Okay. Speaking of enemies I hate, let's rain on their parade. Yeah, this is also a piercing weapon. Okay. Now that that thing is out of the way, I can, you know, do this more properly. I have to take a hit from everything. Oh, gosh. I hate these guys. Terrible enemies to be stuck with, for sure. The seals and those mag rotors, is that what they're called? They're the most... Oh dear. Of course. anybody remember where the spikes were? I found them. Oh, I am going to... die to the mini-boss really quickly, or not. Because I'm a champ. I died right before the boss gate. This is a tricky... I might have liked another checkpoint or two. But at least the challenge is here, right? Because a lot of the stages so far in this contest, not all of them, but a lot of them have felt kind of just on the easy side where I'm getting a little bit kind of bored with the challenge or the lack thereof, and this stage has not been that case. I'm really glad the design... Cheese was his name. Really glad Cheese went with the option of damage spikes instead of just instant death spikes, because otherwise this level would probably be down several more tiers by that other one that had all the... even though they were damage spikes. Oh, I hate these enemies! You guys up there are fine. It just... everybody else is not. The enemy combination that he got stuck with is just abysmal. Okay, so it's one tile above where the gate is the last spike. Good to know. And I jump into the one up above. Alright, well, we know how to do this. I do appreciate the use of the gimmick in the mini-boss room. Now, why couldn't I just do that the first time? After everything else I was able to do, we have, why was there another boss gate from the other side? Maybe there's still going to be more happening. Maybe not. Oh, I guess maybe that was the idea of where Gutsman enters. Just makes it seem like there's something over there, but yeah, that's kind of a nice touch. Alright, Curious Sky Machine. I can't say that I had much fun with this level. I had fun with it. Two major things brought it down. Yeah. They aren't aggressively awful, but they are far enough apart that the first couple of screens of every section got boring from doing them over and over. I can kind of agree with the lack of joy. That was my biggest critique of the stage. And of course the enemies that Cheese got stuck with. I just felt like I needed to practice the last few screens. Okay. So much of the level has awkward jumps. Jumps that don't feel like the major challenge, but just are frustrating enough to send you back to the checkpoint over and over. To go along with this, a lot of the level was instant death based, as so many enemies are just there to knock you off the cloud platforms. Otherwise, the parts with the super fast generating clouds were really cool, and honestly the highlight of the level. The mid-boss that shot rocks onto the clouds, I don't think those were rocks. They bounced. What rocks do you know bounce? Then again, you also must not be that great of a Mega Man. Anyways, and changed where it landed was a really good use of that. The level sure isn't awful, but I really didn't have a lot of fun playing it due to the repetitiveness and stupid deaths. Most of those stupid deaths are your fault, Parmesan. I quite enjoyed this one. There we go. It supplied a lot of fun and creative platforming challenges, combining its two main gimmicks together very well. I especially liked how the clouds were used to make a dense fog to hide away the spikes. Yes, that was cool. The beginning part was also really cool. How you rose up to the sky machine and the sky got darker. That also served as a separation point between tutorial and actual level, which was a neat way of handling it. Overall, solid work. Yeah, I agree with PK Ouija on this one. Fun score of 6? What? MJack, you're... Why are you even still here? Most of this level's problems boil down to poor usage of the cloud platforms. You want to see some poor usage of platforms? The dropout have I got a stage for you and a segment for you. The segments where they're spammed to the point where you can't see what's behind them, and you have to remember where behind the fog of platforms the spikes are. Well, that's kind of clever, but not... It's fine. They're damaged spikes. The rest of the level, however, falters by seemingly failing to take their horizontal movement into account, meaning you'll often miss jumps or get directed into a Hotchkisson's line of fire unless you're lucky. This level hits its nadir with the mini-boss fight, where getting hit gives you a random chance of being knocked off a platform and into a pit. Maybe just, I don't know, play better. Then having to waste a minute getting back to that point. In general, this level felt checkpoint light. Yeah, that's the only valid thing you've said so far. Even though, strictly speaking, it observed standard screen counts. I think that's a consequence of how much of the level, especially in the second half, is over instant death. Honestly, the best thing about this level is probably the cutscene towards the beginning. That was cute. I did like the idea that you're taking a trip into the sky and onto some cool rocket ship thing. Only problem is the level itself didn't really deliver on that promise. I have comments, but you guys know what they are. It might have been cool if you'd held off slightly on plunging the player into the sky and had an airship aesthetic on what would then become the second half of the level. Certainly truer to the level's name. What a strange level. The first chunk introduced its gimmicks well enough, if not a little cut and dry, but once we get to what I presume is the Sky Machine, things get weird. Most challenges, I almost read that as moist challenges, become surprisingly ignorable or easily exploited. A set of 3 concrete platforms to grab a key, but really only the bottom one is required at all. Or just bizarre. A section with nothing much more than 3 up-moving concrete blocks, already at the top of the screen, with no other obstacles. And when there was an actual platforming challenge, such as some Snake Man cloud platforming, those were where those clouds were from. There was at least one incident where the concrete blocks ahead of me just refused to spawn on one playthrough, but when I died it spawned just fine. The usage of keys was also surprisingly pointless. No, not really. Because the key where you have to jump on the 3 concrete blocks to get the key, by the time you do that, the fog of clouds has covered all of the spikes, so you have to remember where that is. There might have been one jump where the arc to get the key was... but usually it was just a quick and mindless detour. And while it is a creative idea to create a never-ending barrage of clouds, using them to hide spikes, insta-death or no, is pretty lame no matter which way you slice it. No, it's not. They weren't instant death. There's a very big difference. As an aside, while including your gimmick in the boss fight isn't a bad idea on paper, having it pretty much boil down to these parts of the boss room are unusable to you doesn't make fighting any boss more fun. Really, you nailed the title. It sure is curious. Definitely a level that could become so much more with more fine-tuning and testing. What's everybody's scores overall? That was PK. Oh, another thing I've kind of noticed lately is that a lot of stages, if I'm disagreeing with Parmesan, I'm usually agreeing with PK Ouija. Let's talk to you. Step 3. Bargaining. If you and your partner can't decide on the next dance, ask the janitor for advice. And you must be the janitor. Get back here. Don't know what to dance? Try one of these. Quadrille, Hopek, Tango, Mambo, Square Dance, Batouk, Yablacto, Rain Dance, no, not the floss, that's forbidden. Kabuki, Crumping, Belly Dance. Half of these I have never even heard of before. Ballet, Robot Dance, Gangnam Style, no, that's also forbidden. Flamenco, Limbo, Mako, Polka, that's also forbidden. Waltz, Tap Dance, Twist, Minuet, Hula, Salsa, Lesging, again, I have to... Tight, Tectonic, Foxtrot, Poco Poco, Slam Dancing. Again, I don't know what over half those actually are. Oh, let's not reveal the thing, but you can take a look at what we're going to be dealing with. We have Yoku blocks and electricity. Great. But for now, I'll take my leave.